Morning, ladies and gents. This is the film and TV review. Got a few films to talk about actually this morning. I've got my two great guests with me. Got these film buffs themselves. I've got J.K. Kismet, and J.K. Funny enough, I'm going to ask him what kind of films or videos he's actually produced. So I'll be asking him a little bit about that as well. So, and also the Lebanese film. He loves Lebanese films. And I'm going to bring him on now, Lee Carlson. Hi, Lee.
Hi, Frank.
You're okay?
Yeah, sounds, yeah.
Okay, bring it on JK now.
Hello there,
Morning,
guys. Hope you're
JK.
cool. Everything good, bro. Hope you guys are cool as well.
Oh, yeah, very good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm feeling great, bro. Everything good.
Everything. Listen, JK, you mentioned the last time we were on about, you've actually produced these things. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've actually produced and filmed yourself?
Yeah, what I've done is I've always produced music my whole life.
Okay.
Since like when we were kids and stuff. My neighbours used to be a producer and stuff, and I slowly got into it with him. And then over the years, I just learnt by myself. And I met some like real big producers in my life and stuff, and they've sort of gave me tips and stuff like that. But I'm looking for the future and stuff, and I would love to make a film in the next few years and stuff. So I've got an idea already, and the cast members and stuff like that. And but it's going to be it'll be a big project and stuff. But I love to get that done. Yeah.
Excellent. So what kind of film would you like to produce or make?
It'll be like a serious film, but with comedy. So actually, it'll be more comedy than serious, but there'll be a serious message in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
very good. Very
yeah.
good. I was, funny enough, I was going to ask the people to look at it. It was made in the 90s, and this was a comedy series, and it was called Dream On, with a fella named Brian Benben, and it's very, very funny. I remember watching it in the 90s, and I was searching for something, and there it was, last week. And I said, oh, I'll have a look at this. But I never looked at it. I've been watching it for the last couple of days. And it's so funny. It's about like a 30-something fella who's going through a divorce, and he's got a son. And, you see him at the very beginning as a child, and he's looking at the television. He just loves the television. So when something happens during like the series, he's talking and whatever, and he gives those funny looks. It goes to an old film or an old series, TV series, and it's really good. It really is good. So I recommend that. It's just called Dream On. Dream On. Okay, and you'll get it on YouTube. And I think you will anyway. I got it on some other stream I use. JK, have you ever seen anything Dream On or TV series? No?
When it comes to TV series, I prefer the American comedy ones, like How I Met Your Mother, Kings of Queens. I think with TV series, because it's a long journey. I like to laugh on that journey. So I like them type of TV series. But How I Met Your Mother, you guys haven't seen it yet, but there's a strong message in there as well. It just like shows how guys.
I think I've seen an episode or two of that.
Yeah, I have as well. But this one with I'm sorry there, boys, to jump in, but this one with what's his name? Brian Benben, Dream On. That's an American series, and it really is set in New York. It's so funny. Watch it. Try and watch it if you can.
I will.
And there's our friend from Romania, Ali Nuss. He's just said, hello, hello.
Hello,
Hello, hello. That's another comedy series, isn't it? Hello, hello.
Yeah.
So funny. So brilliant take, absolutely brilliant take about the Second World War. Anyway, Lee, what have you been up to? Have you been watching
I've
besides
just been
Lebanese
watching
films?
a film I've never seen before, The Man in the White Suit. Now it wasn't the man from Del Monte. It
No,
was Alec Guinness in an old Ealing comedy from 1955. I've never
no,
seen it before. Now, Alec Guinness, to me, my introduction to Alec Guinness was Star Wars when I was 4. I must have been 4. I can't have been 4 for long, but I remember going to. Do you remember the pictures in town that was by Lime Street by St. John's Market on the corner? I think it was the Odeon, the big one by Lime
no,
Street.
no.
By
That was the
yeah,
forum. That was the ABC.
yeah.
So,
Well, I went there to see the original first Star Wars, and the bit that I remember the most was with him and Luke when the Sand People came and C-3PO got knocked and all that, like, and that was my introduction to Alec Guinness. He's a lot younger here in The Man with the White Suit. He's a
yeah,
scientist.
I've seen it. I've
I'm
seen
about
it.
40 minutes into it, but it's fun. There's been an explosion at the lab. Just where I've watched it up to, there's been an explosion at the lab. It seems he's one of them scientists that he's got ideas above his station. And he thinks they're stifling his ideas. Like that's the idea I get of it so far. Like anyway,
Yeah, you see him, don't you? He's got the Bunsen burners on, and there's all like little bubbles going up, like these particular
yeah.
signs. I was at college, and there was a fella named Charlie Beach, and we used to talk to our science fella, and all he was interested in was football, and we used to talk to him. But this Charlie Beach, he he always has his little white coat on, overall, and he was always in the corner, experimenting. And we were talking about football in the corner with our, science teacher. And the next we heard a big explosion. Now, Charlie Beach was a little fella with jet black greased back hair, and little glasses. And he turns around. We all jumped like that, looked over in the corner where this big explosion was. And he turns around and he has 2 little like things in his hands like that. It blew up. It just blew up. So yeah, that's Alec Guinness, great actor. I've seen him in loads, from comedy to drama. If you want to watch something with him, man, have a look for the drama's sake. A fantastic film called The Bridge on the River Kwai.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Love
But
it.
he's in that. He's the colonel, and he's the British colonel in it.
Mm.
Absolutely brilliant. Tony LFC. Now then, lads, thumbs up for us.
All right,
Thumbs up.
Tony.
Hiya, Tony. And Soulboy Fran, morning campers. I went the Odeon the other day and seen that One Life with Anthony Hopkins. It was okay, probably a history for the kids. Any memories of old Liverpool cinemas? Yeah, when Lee mentioned about the Forum, the old ABC, which is still standing today, brilliant Art Deco building, by the way. Brilliant it is. Well, just a further along, you had on the opposite side, you had the Scala and the Futurist. Now, the Futurist was the very first purpose-built cinema in the city centre. And as you know, they knocked it down. But facing the Scala, they were next door to one another, and facing on the side of the Forum, right facing, the Scarlet and the Futurist, was another picture house called the Palais de Lou. The Palais de Lou. And outside the Palais de what I'll do, I'll get Jason, obviously you can't get him now, and he'll put a picture up of the Palais de Lou. And I've always wondered what has happened to this. You see, like, it was this is outside actually. It was metal. It was like the statue of it. You know, a fellow, a film fellow, looking through a lens, you know, of a camera, you know, a moving camera, you know, that you make films with, you know, pictures that is. And you see him looking through that. And I've always wondered whatever happened to that. Always wondered. Because when I went to the museum, Liverpool Life Museum, I was looking around to see if I could see it. Nothing there. So I always wondered what happened to that. It was fantastic. Right outside it was, you know, up obviously. It wasn't on the ground level. But it was high up and it was brilliant. Really was. It fascinated me as a kid, you know, looking up at this particular thing. And I always wondered what had happened to it. But anyway, I'm like you, Lee, here, and
yeah, I love that particular pictures in town where I've seen Star Wars. I've seen so many great films there, like in Temple of Doom I saw there first. That was a great one to see there. I think we got tickets out of the paper. You cut them out of the paper or discounts anyway, because there was no money was tight in the early 80s, wasn't it?
well, I was going to tell you about two films I've been watching, and I said not unlike not like you know, or like you, where you've only seen like 40 minutes or so, and I've watched two films not right through. I've got to finish them off. One is called The Beekeeper. One is called The Beekeeper, and it stars Jason Statham. I don't like Jason Statham. He's a one-dimensional actor.
Yeah.
He's all he goes is.
He's all right if that's what you're looking for. If you want to see that.
I just don't like the man, you know. But anyway, I was watching this, and you can tell what's going to happen. Because you see him and he's at this like shed or whatever it was, and he gets this, I don't know what he gets, like a stick or something, and he puts this like a cloth bag over this, you know, a beehive, and he brings it out, and then it cuts to a lady who's you know, she's typing on this computer thing, you know, she's typing. And then she looks out the window and there he is, you know, coming out with this bag. This is Jason Statham's character. And she goes over to him. And she said, thank you so much. She said, I was terrified to go in there, you know, into this shed. And he said, oh, you'll be okay now. You know, he's speaking very gentle and whatever. And she said, you'll have to come over one day and I'll give you, you know, a lunch. So he said, yes, thank you. And he said, I'll bring a jar of honey over for you when they extract it all and whatever. She said, okay. Anyway, it goes back and she's on this thing. He goes and she's on this laptop thing, and she gets a phone, not a phone call. She gets it like what comes up on the screen is alert. There's an alert, you know, security alert. You'll have to do this, but it was a scam. and you see, you know, goes to these people in this office, loads of them, and you see this like young fella, and he's on the phone to her, you know, he's walking up and down and talking to her. Don't be worrying, this is what you have to do. She said, I'm not computer literate. So anyway, they scammed her for £2.5 million. She's like a bookkeeper for these people.
Right.
You know, a company.
Mm-hmm.
And they scam her. And the next, you just see Jason Statham's character go to the house with this jar of honey, and it's in the evening, you know.
Yeah.
And the next is she's committed suicide, shot herself. But as he goes in with this jar of honey, someone comes behind him, and it's, what the effing hell are you doing? Get your hands behind your back, you know, and it's a girl. She's a cop.
Mm.
And it's the woman's daughter, but she doesn't know that her mother's dead, sitting in a chair. You know, she's just done herself in. What are you effing well doing? All the swears and everything else. And then I went, I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. You know, I just know. And I went, shall I watch the rest of this? And I'm still contemplating.
Did she arrest him for grievous bodily honey? TBH.
But you know, you just know, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You just know.
That is one of the best things about his films, when he uses something bizarre to bin people off, to bin baddies off, when he grabs something odd and does them in with it. That's the bits that are buzz off. If you watch his films, it's to see him do people in, like there's nothing else going on. The
But why
story
is
it's like
never
says, kill that fella and that fella for a bit or something.
God blimey, you Jeff.
Sorry.
No, I don't watch his films, so I just don't like him. He's a one-dimensional actor. But anyway, I don't know whether to watch it. I'd like you to watch it. Let me know if I'm right about. You just know what's going to happen. You just know it. Jeremy Irons is starring in it. Now, Jeremy Irons is a classic actor, fantastic actor. And he's in it. I've never seen him because, you know, I just never watched it that long. But you can imagine that Jeremy Irons is the head of this these scammers. You can imagine that. And I don't know. Well, anyway, Gary Rigby says, hello, everyone. Loads of memories of old Liverpool cinemas. Yes, I have as well. When I was younger, I used to bunk in. It's terrible, isn't it? Bunking in, especially the Odeon in London Road. David Owens, this fella's a great historian. I'm going to be doing a social, how can I put this? We'll be doing, David and I, you know, about all social issues, what's going on in the world with no punches pulled. Mm-hmm. David and I, which I'm looking forward to, be in the next few weeks, start that. The cameraman effigy outside the Palais de Lou was removed and resisted at Riversdale. Oh, it's the Riversdale Technical College. It was made from aluminium. What happened afterwards? It was believed to have been sent for scrap metal. And he's put a link up. Isn't that shocking? He's the best archivist in the world, then. David Owens. Best researcher. Fantastic. Just researches. Thank you so much, David. Thank you. Really appreciate that. What do you think of those, what I've just mentioned, JK?
Mm-hmm.
Things that are outside cinemas, and when they no longer, the cinema is going to be no longer, and what they actually do with these, like effigies, as David said, and it was put down as some technical college, then it went for scrap metal. Do you think that's shocking? Do you think that's vandalism in a big way?
The whole cinema topics like you was on about the people in the chat are talking about how they used to go to the cinema, the old cinemas, the Odeons and ABCs and stuff, and all over the world, going to the cinema was like going to a football match. It was big. And what the problem was for the guys who made the films and the businessmen was that their audience wasn't big enough for them to make billions out of it. So 25 years later, we've got Netflix now and Prime and stuff like this, where their customer base has just grown to billions now. So if you understand, so is it more of a business move? That cinema, getting rid of the cinemas, let's get that into the houses now where we can get more customers. Bang. And that's a
Yeah.
big reason why I think this, and I like old buildings. I think when humans respect old buildings that have played a big part in history or in that community, they should be sort of integrate back into the new design of what's coming next. It's like remember Arsenal used to play at Highbury?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you seen what Highbury looks like now?
No.
Have a look, bro. They've done it real nice, and they've kept old walls where it says Highbury Arsenal Football Stadium, but they've designed within that, and it looks amazing. And I wish they did that with the old cinema buildings and stuff as well. Would have been a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that. That's Gary Rigby says, saw Picnic Wagon on the Abbey in Wavertree. Now, Picnic Wagon, do you ever remember that, Lee?
No, yeah. Picnic Wagon, yeah.
Well, that's, you had Lee Marvin singing in there. The Wandering Star.
Yeah.
I was born. I can't sing anymore.
Yeah, it's been done. It's been remixed and done in like dance versions and everything. That aliens.
Yeah.
Have you heard that, JK? Like made into dance versions and that. Lee Marvin, Wandering Star.
No.
Well, I've heard it. What it is it's sampled. There's samples of it on things.
Right. Okay.
Did you watch the Dogman, you guys?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I was going to watch it. When was I going to watch it? Last night. And those two other, the other film that I'll be talking about, mentions the Beekeeper. The other film I was going to watch it last night, as I said, JK. But this other film, which I'll talk about in a moment or two, took my attention. But I will watch the Dogman, and we will, we'll give us a little review for next week.
Oh, I love that film. Love that film.
Yeah, I watched it. The Dogman.
Hilarious. George Carlin's hilarious.
But I won't say nothing.
Daryl Merry, he's joined us. He's still got COVID, I think. The COVID boy. The COVID boy. Soulboy France says, was it the garment opposite the Odeon, and was the Shakespeare down there as well? Yeah, it was Soulboy. Soulboy, that was in Fraser Street. Was the Shakespeare Club, and absolutely fantastic. Inside was unbelievable, absolutely amazing. And I used to go there for the Christmas panto when I was a kid. And the last time I went, do you ever remember, boys, a fella called Labby Sipri?
Yeah.
I went to see him on there. And an arson. It was arson that burnt. You should have seen the inside. You know me with my buildings.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. Arson. No more now. No more. But the governments used to bunk in there. Used to bunk.
There used to be a cinema where
can I tell you something funny? Can I tell you something funny? Right. One of Harry's dead now. He died when he was young, this lad. His name was Shamma Campbell. And do you know when you have no money, right? You know the young, when they're that change, we had no money. Anyway, we were outside. And Shamma had his, like to get in, he had his entrance money to get in. So we were talking and he went, I tell you what, lads, he said, I'll go in. He said, okay, yeah. And I'll come out with the tickets so that you can get in. So he said, yeah, all right, Shamma. He's four of us, So Shamma goes in, spends his money, and he comes out, right? And he hands his ticket, to one of the, and he just walks in, with the ticket, the mate. And he comes out, he hands it back. Right. So anyway, the other, me and my other mate, we get in with this ticket that Shamma paid for. So anyway, he goes back out to Shamma. And he gives him the ticket. Shamma's walking in, like that. And the fella went, where are you going? He said, I'm going in. He said, do you remember me? He said, no, I don't remember you. You're cheating. Now go on, get off. He said, I'll call the police. And he got chased. He never seen the film. And we were sitting there wondering, where's Shamma? He couldn't get it.
Remember when you were a kid, Frank, and you had no money and you wanted to go somewhere? So somewhat you put your money together and get a save away, and one of you would get on the bus and throw it out the window, and the rest of you would get it and then get on and throw it out the window, and the others would get on and get it. Save away was 30p to get one, and you'd rub it off, wouldn't you, like, and then the others would get on. Save away.
That was like what we were doing in the government cinema. That's what we were doing. Shamma thought, come up. But he said, you remember me going in? You see me going? He said, I don't remember you. Now go on. Call the police.
We used to bunk in our local cinema up the road there. The fire escape at the back. We'd get in.
Yeah, it's so fun. I'll go through some lads here. And Gary Rigby says, what was the one on Tunnel Road called? It was a bingo hall later on. Don't know. I'm sorry there. It wasn't the Curzon, no.
Legs 11, I don't know.
And,
they all turned into bingo halls, yeah. A lot of the cinemas turned into bingo halls, yeah.
Lots did, to be honest. Yeah. Lots did turned into bingo halls. Yeah, we couldn't get away from football, could we, for 2 minutes. Darryl Merry, good news, boys. Robbo was back in training.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him.
And lads and dads, hello, everyone. Lee Brady.
Another leg.
Yeah. There was one on Camden Street, says Gary Rigby. That was the government. That was the government. That's what I've just been talking about, Gary. That's what I was talking about, mate. And Frank, what used to be in a building on Charlotte Street where the Weatherspoons is, I used to work in KFC, and the underground was massive, like a car park, and massive drops. so scary and so dark. What you have, you're not. I don't know what side you're talking there, lad and dads. I don't know what. If you're talking about Blacklist, they had a massive basement, where they sold stuff, but they also had a delivery place. So I think that's what you're talking about, where they used to go like underground to deliver the goods to Blacklist, because Blacklist was a massive, massive store, massive. So I think that's what you're talking about.
I loved the old department stores in town when I was a kid, the massive ones. They seemed like castles or something. They were just so huge when you were a kid.
Yeah. Well, Gary says Blacklist was where Weatherspoons is now. Hope you don't mind me. No, of course not. Of course not. That's what I was just saying anyway, because they had like an underground thing where deliveries were. And don't forget, when they actually built the precinct, they had to dig down. If you go there now, and when you're going down, you walk down past the ABC, you get into Charlotte Street, and you've got these steps going right down if you want to get into the precinct. So you can imagine the excavation that took place there, because it's so higgledy-piggledy, if you know what I mean. There. But anyway, that's it. There was a massive, massive area right underneath Blacklist. That spread, actually. It went over towards the other side of it as well, where this precinct starts. Did you check out Dogman yet, lads? Just been talking about that, Mark.
Yeah,
and we are going to. I was going to watch it last night, but we will watch it, and when we have our other one, we'll be reviewing it. But definitely,
I've checked it out, Mark.
That's nice. What did you say there?
Yeah, no, I was just saying that I checked it out, that film Dogman.
Did you like it?
I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it. But I don't want to say too much. I want you guys to watch it.
No, okay, yeah.
Thank
you. I suppose that if Leah's watched it, he'd be telling us all about it.
What did you get it on, Jay? Out of interest, how did you get it?
It was on Prime, but you can go to one moment. I'll tell you the page. But there's no subtitles on. I watched it without subtitles. It's called Movies to Watch.
Oh,
yeah. With the number 2.
Yeah.
No, it was free, bro.
Free.
Yeah.
Well, and you how'd you get it? Did you go on? Like, what is it? What do you go
Movies,
on to get it?
It's called Movies, the number 2, and then Watch. And then in there, they got a toolbar, and you just type in thing and it pops up, bro.
So if I go on, like, Google and type that in, it'll give me it.
Yep.
Okay, sounds, yeah. Nice one. Nice one.
Yep.
I'm not that good like that at finding things. I'm quite new to the internet still, like.
Have you got Apple TV?
No. I haven't got nothing like. I've got Sky, but I haven't got any like pay things like.
Apple TV is just a device where you can anything you watch on your phone you can come on your big TV screen. It's perfect, bro. Apple TV for me is probably the best design of technology concerning entertainment. Anyway, it's just it costs about $150. Yeah.
I'll Google for that. What's it called again?
Apple TV.
I'll just Google Apple TV and look for Dogman on it.
No.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that.
It's called Movies to Watch. Is the website where you can watch Dogman. Right, but the Apple TV, is a device where
Sorry.
anything you watch on your phone, an Apple phone, you can watch it on your TV.
Movies to watch, and is it like a 2 like that? Is it
Yeah.
the number 2?
Yeah.
Right. They always do that now, don't they? To watch.
Yeah, because all the website names are gone, aren't they?
Yeah. What's that?
It's like when people started first started texting, and the grammar went. All the grammar went because you had like a B and a 4, seeing it before, if you know what I mean. And I with the can I finish, Lee?
Sorry.
Thank you. You know, I do have a full stop at the end of sentences. Not a stop. But you know, you get the likes of see you later, mate. You know, M8. I hated all that. And you, see you, and it's just the letter U.
Yeah.
All the grammar went. All the grammar, you know, proper grammar. I never send a message using those things, you know. I use proper grammar, to be honest.
And the classic one, you want to ask someone how you're doing, what you're doing, you just send them a question mark.
Yeah.
Oh, too funny.
Doesn't take long to type YOU as opposed to you.
It's the way to make the humans more dumb, Lee and Frank, isn't it? It's actually proven that they want to get the vocabulary out of the humans, so they're short term and everything, you know.
Jay, go and read a load of comment sections on YouTube, and you'll see that literacy rates are plummeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
People don't read much anymore.
I wish I could turn that camera around to my library here. Loads. Books everywhere. I had to read, you know. Well, I did. Anyway, Gary Rigby says, I can't get my head around how they built those steps outside St. John's on Elliott Street. Yeah. Well, that's the way it was, excavations and everything. If Jason was here, I'd have him put up what was there, exactly what was there, where you're talking about those particular steps. So when they went, you had the likes of the fish market, St. John's Fish Market, which was a fantastic entrance.
Mm.
And when you seen this entrance, it was Romanesque, you know, sort of Gothic-y, Romanesque, if you like. Fantastic, massive arch, massive. You know, that was the entrance. The unfortunate thing is they just built in 1801 by John Foster Sr. and they just pulled it down for no apparent reason. They still could have had it there today as a facade to, you know, for the entrance into the bloody precinct. But that's the way it was. And JK, look, this is what he's put up. Movies to watch, Lee.
Mm.
Can you see that?
Yeah, because if I can get some of these newer ones there that like loads of good ones still pop up on Film 4.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to review this other one that I haven't finished yet. But it's fascinating. It's a Japanese film. It's a Japanese film, and it's called Godzilla -1. And it's brand new. And as I was watching it late, but I had to go to bed. I really had to go to bed. And I was up this morning early, bright and early, because I remember last week, Lee, I just slept. He got up late, and you and JK were, you know, kind enough to wait for me. But anyway, I was going to watch it this morning, so I said, no, I want to relax and watch it rather than, you know, I like to sit down and watch a film. Watch a film properly. Just sit and watch, absorb everything. Rather than, you know, if I would have put it on this morning, I would have been getting showered and running in and pausing it. But I don't like all that, you see. So anyway, this particular film, it started off brilliantly. And it's the first time I've ever seen a Japanese film that represented the Second World War.
Mm-hmm.
First time. And so I was watching this, and there was a young lad, you know, a young Japanese. His character, he was a kamikaze pilot. Not pilot. He was a kamikaze. Anyway, he survived the war. And there's a fantastic story behind it as well. This lad has, you know, he's suppressed like something from his mind, and he's given him a little bit of angst, if you know what I mean. But this Godzilla film, and it's brilliant. The special effects, and this is only like at the beginning of it. But the storyline, there's a great storyline besides. Do you get what I'm saying, JK? You know, there's a storyline without the
I'm glad you went here, Frank.
Sorry?
I'm glad you went here with Godzilla.
Oh, yeah.
It's an interesting spin on the nuclear thing, isn't it, by the Japanese? Very creative, like.
Well, you see that in the film, because it jumps to 1946, because that went off, didn't it, with the Enola Gay. You don't see the Enola Gay going over, but you just see this explosion, you know, the atom bomb. And don't forget, there wasn't just one, there was two. One in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And you just see one massive explosion. And it was shocking, you know. Anyway, he survived there, but he's got this sort of oppression within himself. He suppressed something. And he meets this girl, you know, she's an orphan. She's got no one. Her family were wiped out with this particular thing. And this little girl, her family were wiped out. And it's very, very poignant.
It is, isn't it?
It's poignant.
Yeah,
but that's the storyline. And I'd love you to watch it. I really would. I haven't seen the rest of it yet. And I can't wait to watch it.
Can I recommend one? It's a Japanese anime called Grave of the Fireflies. It's the same subject. It's it's after the nuclear blast. Grave of the Fireflies. Very poignant, very sad. It's beautiful. I'd use the word lugubrious to describe it. It's beautifully lugubrious. This lugubrious Japanese anime is what it is.
Lugubrious.
A song can be lugubrious. A person can be lugubrious. A film can be lugubrious.
I always remember Woody Allen in a film. No, it wasn't. It was Peter Sellers in a film. And he's playing this psychiatrist, and someone shouts something, you know, like lugubrious or whatever, you know, at him. And he went, "Don't you dare call me that until I look it up."
That's a good one.
One of my favorite Japanese films is Akira Kurosawa's Throne of Blood. which is Macbeth, set in feudal Japanese society. It's brilliant. I love Akira Kurosawa. The Seven Samurai was remade as you know, the Magnificent Seven as a Western, the Seven Samurai, another brilliant one. There's Rashomon. There's all sorts of great ones by Kurosawa. He's recognised as one of the greatest filmmakers ever, isn't he? Akira Kurosawa. I love his stuff. You get that on Film 4. You get all the greats on Film 4, and that's for nothing. I would pay for films like Defo. I would for but you get them free sometimes too.
Well, anyway, can I read out a few comments?
Yeah.
And one is by Soulboy Frank. Classic movies, 12 Angry Men and the 39 Steps. 12 Angry Men, Henry Fonda, brilliant. Brilliant film. Absolutely brilliant film. Good choice there. And the 39 Steps, I've seen 4 versions. One with Robert Donut in. Like, I think that was the first one. And one with Kenneth Moore. I like the Kenneth Moore one. One with Robert Powell. And one, I think it was only done recently, was not Rupert Everett. I forget his bloody name. I hardly heard of this fella, but that was good as well. So I like the 39 Steps, I really do. I like the different versions, but Kenneth Moore is my favourite version, the Kenneth Moore one, because he brings a little bit of fun into it.
Yeah.
He brings a little bit of fun into it. So thanks for that, Soulboy. Gary Rigby says, I remember the old Clayton Square and Owen Owens. Yes, I remember that in the Clayton Square.
Mm-hmm.
The Clayton Square, yeah. It became a shrine. Became a shrine, though. I went to it. I had to go to confession. One of my mates died at age 24. And, we're all the same age. And I had to go to confession to go to the Requiem Mass, And I went down there. That's my only memory of it, to be honest. That's the shrine anyway I went to. Lad and Dads, yes, so many old buildings demolished where the St. John's Market is now. Unbelievable. Yes. I used to go to all the pubs along there. I forget the name of the bloody street.
What year was it built, Frank?
Which?
St. John's Precinct?
69. 60s. I think it opens its doors in 69. To do that, they got rid of, which I'm fuming over, still fuming over it. It was called the cold storage place, and it was in Williamson Square. But what that was the Theatre Royale. The Theatre Royale, where the likes of Sarah Siddons acted, the likes of Franz Liszt wrote some of his composition there. Franz Liszt, of all people, the Hungarian composer.
Yeah.
And Charles Dickens. Now, Charles Dickens was an amateur actor. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that about Dickens, yeah.
Well, he starred there in a play.
Did he?
He played there, yeah.
We
knocked it down.
Yeah? Oh, no way. Do you know what, mate? I spent an ungodly amount of time there for the Catholic boys sagging when I was a schoolboy. I spent so many months of my life there sagging as a schoolboy in St. John's Precinct, months on end, right in town. And St. John's was a magnet.
Yeah. I'm just going to go through some of these. And Valley. Hello, dear friends. Ohio is finally checking in. Yeah, see, Valley's with us.
Hi, Valley.
And Gary says, hi, Valley. How's the Buckeye State? Yeah. And she says, good morning, Gary. It's cold here, but all is well. Hoping you are amazing as always. How about that, eh? How about that? That's great, isn't she? Anyway, Gary Rigby says, brilliant line. One of my faves is Terry Thomas when he said, I'm effervescent, but did you know me when I was effervescent?
Brilliant. Lovely play.
Terry Thomas. Terry Thomas. Wow. An incredible actor. Tell you who else was I don't know about you, JK, but I'll ask some of the people on here as well. He was a how can I describe this actor? Anyway, he was a brilliant comedy actor, and you don't think that he would be a comedy actor, but he is. Robert Morley.
Yeah, Robert Morley was brilliant comedy actor.
Absolutely. First class.
Oh, man was hilarious. He didn't have to speak.
Did you ever see Renee Bell's Toll?
Possible.
And the Hopkins. Was it 8 Bell's Toll? Oh, yeah. Was it? Oh, forget the name. I don't want to be getting mixed up.
I did watch the St. Trinian's ones recently, all of them, about a year ago. I laughed my head off. Oh, they're so funny, the St. Trinian's ones.
Gary says, Frank, there was a pub called the Villiers there. Yeah. We used to go to, never mind anyway. Soulboy Frank said, didn't they show the X films there, Frank? Not that I used to go. You did, you liar. And they did show the X films there. They were all the naughty ones, as they used to say.
I'll tell you where they did. Tell you where they did show them that I know they did. But
you never let me finish, like.
Sorry. There was a pictures at the side of where the 051 club was. You know, at the side of the Adelphi.
Yeah.
And I could get in for Beverly Hills Cop was a 15, and I could get in to see that when I was 11 because you could pay in and then stay in for all 4 showings. And I had money because it was my birthday. And I was sagging when I said I used to stay in St. John's Market all the time. And what I'd do is I'd take my school jumper and my tie off and go in my school shirt, thinking that they wouldn't know I was a school kid. And I watched Beverly Hills Cop like 4 times a day, every day for a week. And I also watched Live and Let Die every day for a week the next week because I had money because it was my birthday.
Can I finish what I was saying, like?
Yeah, go ahead.
God, blimey, you're always interrupting me.
Well, it's a film show. I'm talking about films.
No, you don't interrupt. You wait for people to finish. You wait for people to finish. Then you jump in and say, this is my take on it.
Forgive me. I apologise profusely.
I think JK was laughing at you. And me.
No, I was laughing at the funny situation.
But anyway, I forgot what I was talking about, so I won't finish it up. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, they did show the X films there, Soulboy, and
we were talking about old pictures, Frank. Someone made a comment on old pictures, and you had it in your mind, a particular old pictures.
Yes, well, anyway, that's what they used to show. They used to show, I'll tell you another picture house that they used to show little naughty films, 2 of them actually. One was called The Tatler, and they used to show cartoons there. Then from the cartoons, I went to all these little naughty films. and there was one called the JC, which was in Manchester Street, and that's my neck of the woods. That's my neck of the woods. That's where I grew up, you know, the bottom of Scotland Road there. Anyway, Soulboy says, Gary Rigby, my first pint there was the Villiers, easy to get served. We always have first pints, didn't we? The first pint I ever had was in, believe it or not, it was a pub called the Nursery. Would you believe? It was called the Nursery. We was little fresh-faced young lads, you know. Soulboy Fran, I remember going there with my elder brother years ago. I was only 18 then, made up to be going out. Made up. We all went, yes. The Elephant Man says Mark Simons with John Hurt was the first time I ever blubber watching a film. Brilliant acting by Anthony Hopkins as well. And all true, yes. John Merrick, yeah, he had this terrible disease. And it was one of the best, and it was done in black and white to give it, to be more graphic. To be more graphic. Did you ever see that, JK?
No, I haven't seen that. But I realised when they do make a film in black and white, it seems more serious, more earnest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like black and white films.
I do.
I think, yeah.
That's why I like watching these old films, you know, especially, you know, these old British ones.
Okay, I have a question for you. 1 second. I need to find it. Okay.
I can't understand why anyone wouldn't like black and white films or black and white programs. I mean, if your imagination, you know, if you're that desperate, put your own colours in or something. I don't know. Use your imagination.
It's true, and that's why I was saying that film, The Dog Man, because you've got no subtitles, you don't need them really. If you understand what I mean, it's one of them type of films. Yeah, I was going to ask the question. Do you know when black and white switched to colour on TV? In what year it was?
Do you know what? I went to my Auntie Leah's, and she brought in this television, and it was one afternoon, and I walked in, and I tell you what was on. It was on. I tell you what was on. Wimbledon. And I was mesmerised because I didn't even know she had a colour television. And I walked in and I was mesmerised by it because what I was watching, Wimbledon, green grass, because all you got in the black and white, like Wimbledon, black and white, was grey grass, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I was mesmerised by it. I think I'm talking about this country. I'm talking about this country, and it was in the 60s. I think it was around 66 or 67 because when you know, we were getting this colour, you know, it's all pre-planned. You got the likes of, you know, The Saint. The Saint was done in black and white originally. So they started to make colour, and all these series that were being made, you know, like The Saint, were all starting to be made in colour. Now, why they were making them in colour here was to sell to the American market. You see? So it was around 66, 67.
Yep.
That's when, you know,
April 14th, 67.
Yeah, we had a black and white telly still when I was a kid. I remember, like, then we had a colour one when I got a bit older. And like I had a black and white portable in my bedroom when I got a bit older. So like I was used to watching telly in black and white, and it never bothered me.
Look how big the TV is. Yeah.
What was you saying, JK?
It's just like when you compare the sizes of TVs in the old days, it's like a little mini Ford car or something, you know. And now they're like real thin.
Dead heavy as well, really heavy. Them old tellies.
But you need your whole family to move it.
Yeah,
you know.
No, you did. Yeah, you did. You did after that. They were cabinets, weren't they?
Yeah,
They were cabinets. You know, compared to today, where the wafer thin, the TVs, wafer thin and very light, very, very light. And Soulboy Francis, remember when you had a film at school, Frank? The one that sticks with me was 23 Paces to Baker Street with Van Johnson. Yeah, I remember that. He was blind in that, wasn't he? 23 yeah. The one I seen at school, well, college, was, I'll tell you what it was, Kenneth Moore. And it was called, it was about Douglas Bader. I forget what it was called. It's gone from my mind. Douglas Bader. Something about day anyway. So that was the film I seen at school. That was the film what was it called? It'll come to me. It will come to me. And
tell me the name of the actor, bro. I'll find out. Yeah, because there's an app called IMDb. You know it?
No.
Yeah, bro.
Reach for the Sky. Reach for the Sky. It was called.
Reach for the Sky. Yeah.
Yeah, Kenneth Moore. He played Douglas Bader. You know, a real life.
Yeah. I've seen that, Frank. Yeah, it's a good film. That. Yeah, I like that.
So that was the film that I seen. You know, when I was a kid, they just showed it for some reason. Anyway, Gary Rigby says there was a 3X cinema in London Road. Yes, the Isolde. The Isolde. Booked in there as well. Do you know what me and me mate used to do? You know, when we were about 10 or 11, we used to go to pictures, right? And we used to be sitting. And in every film, they always seemed to be eating, you know, eating. And we had no money to buy anything, you know, like popcorn or whatever. We never had any money. And do you know what we used to do? When we would always see a film, we used to bring sandwiches, you know, because we always got hungry in the cinema. So we used to bring sandwiches. So when they started we had to have sandwiches. That's crazy. Valley says, I had a shocking movie experience just yesterday when, to have my hair done up, came out looking exactly like Bela Lugosi's Dracula. You can imagine that going to the hairdressers and coming out looking like Bela Lugosi. Says you're right. You shouldn't get going to hands on your head. Gary says in school they used to wheel the big TV out when it was raining. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh, do you remember? As soon as you see the wheels, coming through the door, everyone's like, yeah.
You know what? Oh, what he's saying there, JK, is absolutely. These are teachers.
Yeah.
They're teaching us. They come out in the rain with a telly.
Oh,
yeah. So mad. And Gary Rigby says the Avengers was the first in colour in '67 as well, Frank. Yeah, you know, yeah, you're right. And the man from what was it called?
Uncle?
Down. Oh, forget what it was called. forget what it's called now. Then we had the Baron as well. But they had these actors, American actors, who was, the main stars of them. And, to sell to the American market, but they were British. Well, that's a good
amazing.
one.
It's amazing how different American actors are to, say, British actors. They speak the same language, but they're totally different in style and energy. It's just like, it's amazing. When you see the old shows and stuff, yeah. It's like American actors are they're one way of acting, and then you got the British ones and stuff. Just mad. That's why I like film, because that's what it does.
Well, I always remember Robin Hood, Robin, Prince of Thieves. And you had Kevin Costner as Robin Hood, and all right, you're not having that. And there was a line in it, and Costner said, "I don't want this line," and it was Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman, you just don't compare Rickman with or Costner with Rickman. You just don't. Anyway, there was a line in it, and he said, "I don't want him to be saying that line." Costner said, "I don't want him to be saying that line," and because he knew it was a scene stealer, and he said it anyway. And do you know what it was? The line. He said it anyway, and Cosmo was going mad. It was "Cancel Christmas." You know the way Rickman acts.
Yeah.
Cancel Christmas. And that just stole the whole of the film.
Shame.
Kevin Costner's birthday today.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. On that app called IMDb, you can type any actor in, it'll give you the whole list of films they've been in, directed, everything. It's amazing.
So, what's your birthday, Jay? What's your birthdays?
I'm a Virgo, bro.
Virgo. So, when's that?
September.
Okay.
Yeah. And you guys are Tauruses, yeah?
I'm a Taurus.
Yeah.
Well, Valley says, I remember the trouble with the TV antenna. Took several family members to watch TV. The aluminium foil and some reaching up to extend the signal. That's true, isn't it? I always remember my uncle, sitting there, kid. And my grandmother, he used to get out, he started walking out. And she said, "Where are you going?" He said, "I'm going out to fix the aerial." Going out to fix the aerial. That's the only time he ever got out, was to fix the aerial. Lad and Dad, Alan Rickman is the one who was in Harry Potter series as Professor Snape, says Lad and Dad. Yes. He's one of my favourite actors. And remember the great Kenneth Cope, Frank, Scouser and Randall and Hopkirk? That was another one that was made for the American market. You're right. You're so right. I only seen him in something which was done in the 60s, The Night of the Heat. It was called. I watched it. The Night of the Heat with Kenneth Cope, Kenneth Cope. And he plays a mechanic, and there was a girl in it, she was nice. And don't forget, Night of the Heat, or The Heat of the Night, or something like that. And he made a grab for her, didn't he? Uneat himself. She gave him a good few slaps. Anyway.
Remember him in Brookside years later, Kenneth Cope?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just as I said that.
I met him actually. I've met Kenneth Cole. Nice man. Nice man. He also played Ray in Brookside a few years ago, top actor. Says lad and dad. Hey, Kenneth Cole. No, Alan Rickman was never, you're not talking about Alan Rickman, surely. He was never in Brookie.
No, Kenneth Cope, yeah. Years later played,
Well, he was in, he was actually in Coronation Street. That's how he first started off. And he plays a bit of a wide boy in Corrie. And he's seen Ken Barlow's wife, scrubbing the step. He was Minnie Coleswell's lodger.
Right.
And he was walking along the street and he seen Ken Barlow's wife, she was scrubbing the step. It wasn't Deirdre, this was his first wife. And he was walking along and she said, "Good morning." And he said, "Good morning." He says, "You're the first scrubber I've seen this morning." Never forget that line. First scrubber I've seen this morning. LFC Aaron. Hiya, Aaron. Afternoon. Yeah, afternoon. Where have you been? Been waiting for you to come on. And Valley says, "Hello at LFC Aaron, welcome in." And Gary says, "Remember Derek Nim?" Oh, brilliant.
What?
He was so posh, but from Liverpool, yeah. They reckon that I speak like Derek Nimmo. Very posh. What are you laughing at? I don't like you laughing at me all the time.
No. But what it is, if you're giving lectures to people, you've got to have a high vocabulary level,
Absolutely.
So, not everyone can do that. I think you two guys can, for sure.
Yeah.
That has shocked me to the core of my very Scouse soul that Derek Nimmo is a Scouser.
Did you know that?
No way I knew that.
Yeah, you look at Rex Harrison and his accent, Scouser. So, we can talk a little bit nice. And Mark Simon says, "Does anyone watch the Batman film? It was very dark and moody with lots of Liverpool landmarks." If that was with Robert Pattinson, I don't like him either. I just don't like the lad. Don't like him. Something about him.
Yeah, I think there's certain actors, they just don't. They're not right for the role, or I don't know what it is. The face just don't fit the picture. And I think when you're picking that guy as Batman, because I think he's my favorite superhero out of Superman and everyone. And they've certain actors they've used for Batman over the years.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they didn't go with them.
Well, I liked Michael Keaton as him.
Yeah, he was good.
He was great, him, yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell you who I liked as the Joker. I loved, no one can beat that Jack Nicholson for anything.
Oh.
But I tell you who plays a cracking Joker was Heath Ledger.
Mm-hmm.
He plays him dark, didn't he? He's very dark.
Yeah.
And then the other Joker was Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah. So if you get the Jokers, they're very dark, aren't they? They're very dark. If you get me meaning, the Joker supposed to be fun and everything else, but they're very dark characters in the Batman series.
Yeah, but I would say Jack Nicholson had a bit of humor with his role. Like it was not so dark, not so dark as these the modern day Jokers. I prefer the Jack Nicholson one myself.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do. But that's what I was going to mention, JK, because from that humor that Nicholson had, They did start to get darker. And now you see even Batman is starting to become a bit darker as well.
And that's that's the directors and the not the agenda. I've always said movies, music is always agenda pushed somehow, you know. And I think with this dark energy they're bringing into characters and such, like for me, Batman should be like one of your guys, like who'll help you out and stuff. And they're bringing him into a dark shade as well. And I don't really. They need to keep it realistic, if you understand what I'm saying. Like the old school Batman and Robin show with what's his name, Adam West.
Adam West, yeah.
It was straightforward. It was just straightforward Batman and Robin. It was just they're sorting crime out. But this new evolution of Batman is going on to different sort of levels, you know.
It's surprising, isn't it? You know, it's like LFC Harrison. Rex Harrison was the stepdad of Richard Jared Harrison. Real dad was Richard Harris. Yeah, Jared Harris. Good actor there, Jared Harris, actually. Good actor, very good actor. And Gary says, George Melly as well. Not many know he was from Liverpool. I do.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
No, but I know what Gary's saying, and not many do. He was the most flamboyant entertainer I've ever seen in my life. What that lad did for the Palmhouse, I seen it was a little bit of a documentary, and I was so sad. And he was dying, and he used to have this like a purple T-shirt, you know, collar, and his dad saved the Palmhouse. Now we lived down in London, and he used to stand outside, well, sit in his wheelchair outside these supermarkets with a little thing, money, donation. Used to sit there. He was raising money to get the Palmhouse revamped. That was him. His family is actually, they're buried in the ancient school of Toxteth, and he had, I think it was his uncle or a great uncle, who bought a plane in 1911. Think about it. The Wright brothers only started flying 2 years before, in 1909. And he bought a biplane. Charles Melly. And he used to fly from Southport Sands to Manchester and then back again. Right? And he said to his wife one day, yeah, get in and give you the lift. And she said, I don't want to go in. So you can imagine the Edgewardian breast, right? You know, for the lady. Anyway, fitted it in, and she went up. And they reckon that she was the very first lady to travel in a plane. The very first lady ever to put it, you know, to travel by plane. Girls went up in their balloons, you know, they did go up in the balloons, but not a plane. How about that?
Yeah.
Jason Isaacs, he mentioned me. Jason was doing he was doing Star Trek. He was actually doing a remake of Star Trek. I forget him. But anyway, a girl who was a makeup artist mentioned me to him. She said, do you know a historian? Because she was fascinated with the Beatles. And she was always trying to look at what I did, mentioning the Beatles, but I never. He said, yeah. I know Frank. That was Jason Isaacs. And he says Jason Isaacs was born in Liverpool as well. Yes. So he mentioned me, Jason, because she told me. She said, "Yeah, he knew you. He knew you." Well, I know his friends anyway. Eddie Klein. Eddie Klein is a friend of his. And he said he lived in Chilwell, yes.
Oh, well.
There was loads of them TV series then, like The Champions, The Persuaders Man. The Persuaders Man in a Suitcase. That's what I was thinking of before, Man in a Suitcase.
Love that.
Man in a Suitcase. Oh, brilliant that, wasn't it?
And the Champions. Love
Yeah,
that.
the Champions. But I like The Persuaders. Yeah, I love The Persuade. And yet, did you know that they never got on together?
No, they didn't get on, did they?
Oh, you wouldn't think that, would you? Because they look so like close in the show.
Yeah.
That shows you good acting, you see.
Looks can be deceiving in that regard, can't they, with actors?
Yeah. Well, anyway, Valley says Jason Isaac, wasn't he in Harry Potter? He was. He was in Harry Potter. That's mad, that, isn't it? Isn't that mad? You know, these great actors. I tell you who the best actor. You know, they say Stephen Graham. And I said to Stephen one day about the acting thing here in Liverpool, and I mentioned Drew Schofield, and he said he's the finest actor in Liverpool to come out of Liverpool. He said, "You're right. He's a great actor. Still is." And Jason King, outrageous. It was outrageous. Jason King, he brought everything out. He brought dress out and the curly hair. Do you ever remember that? JK, did you ever watch a series called Jason King?
No.
No. Oh, it was called Jason King, and there was another series as well with the same character.
I've never seen that.
No. Peter Wingard. He has a great voice, Peter Wingard. And he played this Jason King character, you know, like a suave. It wasn't like a detective. It was like a character like the Saint, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And sorry I missed the start of the show, lads. Good discussion. Thank you, LFC Arab.
Bless, bro.
And the lady from Sex and the City was from Liverpool. I could tell you something about her as well. Kim Cattrall.
Yeah.
Met her. I met Kim. Met her. She was doing Who Do You Think You Are? And I did one for John Bishop. You know his one. You know, there was and you see me on there. But I'll let you know about that some other time. Because I met Kim.
Yeah, I chatted to her on Twitter once. She was talking about Liverpool. And I was like, why is she talking about Liverpool? And then she was like, telling me she's from Liverpool. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know
that. Kim Cattrall.
Mike Myers as well, Austin Powers, his family, his mum and dad are Scousers.
Yeah, that's how he did. That's how he was a Liverpool. Well, that's how he is a Liverpool supporter.
Yeah.
Mick Myers. Michael Myers. And Gary says a family was from Dingle. Dingle Bingle.
Oh.
It just shows you, doesn't it? You know, the way we look at some people, you know, the likes of these actors, and who's from Liverpool. Who'd have thought that the busy little bee, Arthur Askey, is from Liverpool? Ted Ray, you know, all from Liverpool.
Arthur Askey opened our local pictures when it opened in the 20s, I think.
Oh, did he?
or 30s, whatever it was, 20s or 30s, he opened it, Asky.
It's sad, you know, because he fell off the stage, didn't he? And he had to have one leg amputated.
Didn't know
And
that.
then something happened to the other, and he ended up with having that one amputated. And he was buried in London. And on his headstone, it says, "Here lies Arthur Askey." You don't, has that gone over your head? It's gone over your head, hasn't it, Lee?
No.
Ali Berry family, a mother. Tell you who else? Beau Bridges and Jeff Bridges. Their grandmother was from Liverpool. And Dean Martin, Dino Cracetti, he bought something off the set. You know, do you know a prop? He bought a prop off High Noon set.
Yeah.
And it was made, it had Liverpool, you know, something about Liverpool, the clock. And I'm trying to think who he gave it to because of the Scouse connection. I forget who it was. And that was Dean Martin. Dino.
The singer?
Yeah, the singer, yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
The Ghost Train with Askey, a classic. Yes, Soul Boy. The Ghost Train. It is. And I think it's a cracking little, it's funny. But there's a bit of drama in it as well. The Ghost Train. It's like fit columnists, you know. But it was good. Well, they play mates. It was terrible.
What was the first film you guys watched at cinema? The first ever one?
Can't remember. Star Wars, the first memory.
Okay. I've seen Ghost.
Possibly Jungle Book.
And you, Frank? What did you see?
My first film. It was my uncle Frankie took me. It was a cowboy film. It was a cavalry. He loved the cavalry. My uncle Frankie, you know, he loved the cavalry. So I'm not sure, like, I don't know what it was. So it was a cavalry. It could have been John Wayne or someone like that. Cavalry. But that's name escapes me now. But who was the lady who sang "How Much"? Come on, mate. How much is that? Lisa Rosa, anyway. I was going to sing you it, but I thought not. Thought better, you know. Thought better.
But you can sing though, Frank. Yeah, on karaoke, I can imagine.
What did you make of that new Beatles song? Did you hear it?
Yeah.
What did you make of it?
It wasn't really. It wasn't really.
No, it's a bit wishy-washy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, don't forget it was Lennon who, you know, like penned it when they split up, when he was in the Dakota building.
Yeah.
And, you know, McCartney cried. George was gone.
Yeah.
And he had Ringo singing with him, you know, trying to make it.
I'd have rather that he didn't do it. I'm not free as a bird, what, in 95. I'd rather that he just didn't do it. If you want to actually broaden the film and TV out to books, I dug this out the other week. Biography of J.D. Salinger, who wrote Catcher in the Rye. I bought this for £2 brand new in St. John's precinct. A bookshop I'd never seen before was closing down. £2 brand new about 7 years ago. Salinger was like Holden Caulfield, the character in Catcher in the Rye. Thingio was reading when he killed Lennon. He was, the outsider's outsider, the smart arse. He didn't do well in school because it bored him.
He was killed by the establishment. Lennon was killed by the establishment.
But, it's a great book anyway, as far as I'm concerned. We haven't invented anything better than the novel for the purposes of seeing what it's like to be somebody else. If your own life is relentlessly tedious, then books are the best way to see what it's like to be someone else for a while. You can be someone else moving through time in a society for a while and have yourself a jolly good time that way and escape from the world like that.
Well, anyway, LFC Aaron, do you know Paul Barber, Frank? Yes. Lovely fella. Did I bring him around? Brought a couple around. Yeah, I'm sure I brought him around. Yeah. Last time I seen him was on a New Year's Eve. Years ago. I think it's during the Capital Culture year. I'll tell you when it was. The last time I seen him, it was the millennium when Soft Lad Ringo Starr was playing here. Him and that Dave Stewart. Krull was my first film I saw, says LFC Aaron, on the cinema. I think my first theatre film, says Valley, was probably Hello Dolly. Wasn't Custard of the West, was it? Could have been. It could have been, the first film. It could have been, actually. Could have been. My uncle was he was fascinated by the cavalry for some reason. Fascinated. Frank, were any of the Beatles Liverpool or Everton fans? Right. Okay.
Beatles didn't like sport, any sport. They weren't sporty people, none of them.
What it was, they weren't like sporty people. But I remember when Liverpool won the cup in '65, they were asked, and they said, "Yeah, it's great that Liverpool have won the FA Cup." They said exactly the same the year later in '66 when Everton won it. You see, so it's that type of support. Especially McCartney. McCartney, anything good that's happening in Liverpool, he supports. Does Macca.
Have you seen that video, Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney, Say, the song?
Yeah.
I love the video. At the start.
I liked that one when I was a kid. It was a nice song when I was a kid, that one.
When Michael comes in, the way he sings is just perfect with the flow of the song and everything. Yeah.
It just
I've never really heard. Sorry, mate.
No, go on, JK, please.
I've never really listened to Beatles songs, to tell you the truth. I wouldn't say I'm a fan of theirs. I don't know why. Never really connected to the Beatles music.
Yeah, everyone's got their own taste, Jay. That's okay, mate.
No, I like them. I've seen the Beatles live, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen the Beatles live. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Romanza.
Okay.
Andrea Bocelli. Seeing him live as well.
Andrea Bocelli, yeah.
Seen him live. I seen him live. I was on holiday, and it was poster, and I was like, he was appearing the next night at this theatre, and I went, I'm going to see him. And anyway, I went to see him, and people were saying, getting his autograph. He's standing. So I had the program, and I got his autograph. And I was talking to this girl years later, a few years ago, and she said, I love Andrea Bocelli. I said, I've got a signed program. And she said, oh, no, have you? She said, I've been after his autograph for years. I even sent away for one. Sent to his agent, over in Italy, over in Rome. And I said, I'll give you this. I've got it. And I gave her it. She was over the moon. That's Andrea Bocelli's signature on this program that I got.
Nice one.
Anyway, let's see.
He was brilliant,
Gary Rigby says he's saying to Aaron, Paul McCartney says he supports both. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Cheers, Gaz, he says. Remember Zippy from Rainbow, says Mark Simons. The less said about Zippy. The best.
Zippy.
Best. They fell out in the end, Macker and Jacko, because Jackson bought the rights of their song. You're right there, because he tried to buy them back and he said no. Their own songs, Northern songs, someone sold them, you see, and they haven't even got the right to their own songs. That's shocking, that. Michael Jackson.
It's mad how.
Sorry, JK, go on.
I was just there. It's like you're a guy, yeah. You're at your home and you're producing a song with a guitar, maybe, yeah. That sound belongs to you.
Yeah.
And it's so amazing how music for me is like medicine, and it's a big thing. And they've allowed capitalists to come in, take that over that, and they're doing the same with football now. And this is what people don't understand. They're destroying the nucleus of what good is, when they do this. Yeah. And it's just mad.
Well, I write poetry, believe it or not.
Okay.
I write poetry, and it's only what you said that belongs to you.
Yeah.
But if you want to give it away, to say, this is yours, you can do whatever you want with it. Do you know what I mean? Say, like, you've only got to look at Shakespeare. Do I compare thee to A Summer's Day, for example, in his sonnets? He wanted to give them to this dark lady, because that's who he was writing to, this dark lady. And he wanted to give his sonnets to her, because she was like this mysterious woman he was writing to. And he wanted to give her these sonnets. And like, there was no agents in those days or whatever. But they advised him not to, no, don't do that. You'll be exposed, and you'll expose the lady. Because she was a mysterious lady, you see. She could have been married to someone and whatever. Gary Rigby says, Frank, the last time the Beatles played Liverpool was the Empire in '65, supported by the local group, the Cougars. Yes, I went to see them on the Locarno. Me and the lads, he's no longer with us now. He died when he was 24, unfortunately. We bumped off. We left playgrounds at half time and just went up to the Locarno and seen the Beatles, and that was it. you know. Well, listen, lads, have you enjoyed today?
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself immensely.
No, you know, you're lying. No, he's a liar, him. Did you hear that, J.K.? See the enthusiasm in his voice? I enjoyed myself immensely. What was that word you came out before with?
Lugubrious.
Oh, brilliant, that word.
Something that gives off sadness.
That's words of the month.
Yeah.
Words of the month.
Grave of the Fireflies is a beautifully lugubrious Japanese anime post the nuclear bomb.
Do you know when you're making a film, J.K.?
Mm-hmm.
Lugubrious.
Has to be in the name. Okay, that's the name, yeah.
The lugubrious. That's all it is. The lugubrious. Starring Anthony Hopkins.
You get some nice words from this vase of flowers, but it's got thorns on it sometimes. That can be nasty online.
Ooh.
Somebody says victims and all that toss about scousers. That can be this vase of flowers has got thorns on its stem.
Well, listen, lads, you're with me again tonight.
Cool.
Football, yeah.
You don't mind, do you?
For sure, bro. No problem.
Now, I've got to ask you this, both of you. I've got to ask you this. It's unfair, you know, when I just say, oh, we love it then, we love it this. Valley says, anyway, before I ask you this, fabulous show, says Valley. And Gary says, enjoyed it, Frank. Thanks, everyone. Isn't that lovely?
Nice.
Isn't that lovely? Now, I want the pair of you to answer me, right? What time would you fellas like to have this? Would you like to have it on the Thursday morning? Would you like to have it some other time?
Maybe a bit later in the day.
JK?
Maybe about 1 o'clock or something.
Of a day. Now, don't forget that do you mean on a Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday should be cool.
Okay. All right. See, don't forget that we're back a few hours later as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you 1 o'clock with you, Lee? What JK suggested? Yeah. Is that okay with you then, JK? 1 o'clock?
That's fine, bro. That's fine for Thursdays, yeah.
Every Thursday?
Yep.
Mark Simon says, there she goes, the classic song written by Scouser Lee Mavers, who is also half Italian, Sardinian. Frank, yeah, Lee Mavers.
Never knew that.
Yeah, there she goes was brilliant. One of my favourite songs.
Yeah.
And Francine's first cousin is John Power. And he plays in that, you know, he's one of the. Yeah, that's a first cousin. Brilliant show, a nice mixture and not much footy, says Soulboy. All the footies tonight, Soulboy. I'm usually busy in the morning, says Gary Rigby. So that suits him.
Yeah,
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And cheers, lads, and chat, says LFC Aaron. So hopefully all you wonderful people, Valley will be moderating tonight for the podcast. And hope to see you all tonight. You know, well, LFC Aaron, he's always there. Soulboy, Frank, Gary, they're all there. They're all there. Mark Simons, you know, they're all Reds, and they love the football. Hope to see us all tonight because we have a hell of a lot to talk about. And what I want to talk about, I don't really talk about this. But what gets on my nerves, lads, is these headlines, Liverpool and signing, and people believe that. I wonder who it is. I wonder who it is we're signing. And it's the same rhetoric coming out all the time, being regurgitated by these people. And it's got nothing, it's just headline grabbing so that you watch. You see what I mean?
I seen a headline, I don't know if it's true. Somebody has done a turd in John W. Henry's swimming pool, and it's floating in his swimming pool. And he's not going for the morning swim now because there's a turd floating in his swimming pool.
Why should he get us out then?
It was me, I did it, because he didn't buy it.
Oh.
Yeah, but the last one I heard was personal terms agreed with Andre, Frank. That was yesterday. Personal terms agreed with Andre. I was like, bro, come on, man. Who told you that?
I know. It was like our kid, he did a quiz, and he was going away, and he said, Francis, he said, would you do the quiz for us? It was in a pub. And I went, yeah, okay. And it was every Monday. So anyway, I went up, I said, and they knew me, if you know what I mean. They knew me. And they went, oh, no, right. I said, yeah. I'm doing the quiz for our kids. We did it every Monday. And up by Liverpool's grounds, actually, the Stanley. So I went in this night. Anyway, I'm taught, and there was questions they had to answer, obviously. Anyway, there was a question about Idi Amin. And he went like that. He said, one of them someone just shouted out. There was a question about Idi Amin, as I said, and someone shouted out, how do you spell that, Idi? And I went, I-D-I, and everyone went, O-D-O. Every one of them. It just spread like that, and there was only one fella who said it. How do you spell Idi? And I went, I-D-I, and everyone just went, O-D-O.
That's brilliant.
Do you like quizzes, you guys?
It's yeah, I do. I've won a few pub quizzes, when I've not been meant to go in one. I've just been there and drunk, and I've won quite easily sometimes just on general knowledge.
I got told that I was a ringer for their things, and I said, no, I'm not a ringer. Because we used to win. And I go, no, I'm not. And we went to this one once, I forget where it was. He said, yeah, we'll go in, and we won it. And I'll tell you what, I'll never forget it. It was a 41st question. And it was for the big jackpot. I forget how much it was. It was like 80 quid, which was loads then. Yeah. And it was, who was the husband of Boudica? This is before all these texts, by the way. Because you can't have a pub quiz now. Who was the husband of Boudica? And I got it. I knew because I was lecturing. Roland Britain.
Yeah.
And I just went, Prasatargus was the husband of Boudica. Prasatargus. And when I got it, there was murder.
Yeah.
He was saying, they were blaming the quiz, and we didn't even know who the quiz master was.
Yeah.
And they were saying, you gave it to him. you gave the answer to him. I said, I don't know.
I've answered pub quizzes. Yeah, just because I've been there and ended up winning them and that. I'm quite good on random stuff. Don't wish to be boastful and braggadocious, but I can just sometimes win quizzes when I'm there.
There's a site where you can do a show and you can have a quiz at the same time where the people in the comments can join in as well. I did it the other day. I'll try to find out the name. Like we can have like a football quiz.
Yes.
We can ask 20 questions. I can sort out the questions, no problem. And then we can do it for the chat so they can join in. It's pretty good. It was good, actually.
That'd be good. Yeah, cool, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, Mark Simon. Sorry, was you saying?
No, I said I'll have a look into it. Yeah.
Okay, have a look into it.
Yeah.
And Mark Simon says, back to work now. Big love from sunny Gibraltar.
Thanks, Mark.
God, blimey.
Good contributions from Mark. Sounds like quite a culture vulture, Mark.
Yeah, he told us about Dogman, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it does. And, you know, we've had America, we've had Spain, we've had Liverpool. And Aaron says, transfer rumours are big business, Frank. Not even the transfers, just the rumours. I know, and it's wrong.
Exactly.
And it grabs the attention. If I said to Jason here, I put this thing up, I wonder how many I'd get. If I put a Liverpool in for, you know, question mark and exclamation mark. Yeah. Will we get him? Will we buy him before the deadline? How many would look in?
Yeah, Aaron just knocked it on the head there, right? That's bang on. Rumours are just because what it is. I think over the years, betting has come into football, and with that, there are bets available where you can say, "Will Salah go to Saudi Arabia in the summer?" and you can bet on that. Okay. So that's the main reason of why they promote transfer news and rumours and stuff. It keeps people busy as well, but I think it's got to do with betting.
It's one thing that's never interested me, betting. Never.
No, I've never. I don't gamble. Yeah. Never gambled. Gary Rigby said, we won a pub quiz in Sydney, Australia. Good idea. Of all places. On a price $25 and a crate of Coopers.
Straight.
Good idea.
Have you ever seen the film Sirens set in Australia with Hugh Grant?
Hugh Grant, yeah.
Yeah, and
Ellie McPherson. Was it Ellie McPherson in that?
Yeah. Great film.
Look, lads, I've got to finish. I really have.
Okay.
It's half 12. It's 12:30. We've been going for 2 hours. Anyway, so 8 o'clock tonight, DAK.
Sorted, bro.
8 o'clock tonight, Lee.
40s.
And let's hope that the people join us. Anyway, so I'll see you all tonight, 8 o'clock. Thank you so much, people, for tuning in. And I hope you've got some. I forgot to mention the bloody TV series. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Thank you so much.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Thanks.